How about now? Like I can see my audio levels now. For some reason it's reporting 0 on the focus rate. No idea. Yeah, you can hear me now. I had to manually add the audio device. Oh, what an annoying 10 minutes that was. Alright, yeah. I'm just gonna get stuck into this. So what I was saying to myself was last week we had this CRC class which was 134 lines. Actually reduced that down to 91 lines and added 16-bit support. So less lines, more features. Pretty much the ideal programming outcome. Today it's implements IPS file format, which I've actually started already. But the cool thing is, between last week and today, we've got the new version of Visual Studio, which has bitcast support. Let's see. Yeah, I could probably just demonstrate it, to be honest. So all this stuff where we're doing unions, that can go, this code can be deleted. I'm neither. Neither. Okay. So this is what I had written for my test. It was kind of... so we got up to here with hashing the header. And this is just reading and attempting to do IPS. This didn't actually work. So the goal is to pretty much create a fake ROM that's just filled with all Fs. In hex, so just filled it with binary ones, and then we go read this and we go ahead and read this IPS file and start like patching in actual values, which we can then read later and steal all the RPGE translation files data. Okay. But yeah, so much to do. Because we don't know the size of the incoming data, I'm storing it as a vector for now. IPS doesn't have size information in its header. You just keep going until you find the end of file marker, which we have to do by peeking, which is very annoying. Yeah, so in this code we record where we were, peek into the size of an end of file, which is, let's see, got it here. Yeah, so these 3 bytes here. Hey Hunt, I'm as usual, I'm really sleepy and too tired to do this. Okay, so to know if we're at the end of the file, we're going to peek in 3 bytes, see if it matches. If we are at the end of the file, hash that and break out this loop. So then we can compare the hash and say, oh yeah, we actually did find the RPGE IPS. So we should never hit this throw statement. It is unlikely to be hit. Nice little compiler hint. Okay, what I might do is actually pack this into a helper. Yeah, I'm actually sleeping right now. I'm sleepy. Yeah, I might pack this into a helper right now. How do we do that? Oh, it would be horrible. I really don't want to. That'd be horrible looking code. Is your laptop now like toasting up your legs or something? So is it always when you open Twitch in a web browser? For me, it's like Twitch on a Mac just absolutely sets fire to my computer. It starts glowing white with how hot it gets. I think that's the only reason I use Safari on Mac is because Google Chrome just turns into an absolute toaster. Much better these days, but it used to be like you could cook something on your Mac if you're running Chrome. Alright, so what was I doing in this test code? I'm going to keep this. So, God, this is horrible. Right, let's dummy this out. Alright, so the IPS format, it contains multiple records, which are of minimum 5 bytes. It's the record of a single patch. See below. This is what a record looks like. The thing is, when the size of a record is 0, then the contents of data is no longer actual normal data. It becomes run length encoding size and then the one value that you're going to copy over and over again. So this is like a really bad version of run length encoding compression. I made an omelette this morning. I was tempted to ask Twitter for omelette recipes, but then when I cracked one of my eggs, it was frozen inside because we were fiddling with the fridge last night. I regret that. So it's like, okay, I'm not going to ask for any omelette recipes because this is going to turn out terrible no matter what. It was okay. Right, so I actually have an IPS class that I started. Can probably start combining some of this stuff. Alright. Let's dummy. Go away. Let's dummy this out. So at the moment, the only thing in IPS are the magic ID, which is the word patch, and end of file, which is EOF. Check for build. Oh no, something's broken already. It's storing an array of records up here. Why was I doing that? Why was I doing that? Oh, it's for the data. It's a data container. Yeah, that's what I should get rid of first. It's a really bad way to do it. Yeah, that should be my goal first of all. Oh yes, it's because I was hashing the records as binary as it came through. Ugh. Don't know how hot it is here today. 25 degrees in Stockholm. Nice. Okay. Keep hydrated if you're hot. I guess the end of file marker would be a good way to test out. Ooh, this is broken. I can already tell this is slightly awful because if I'm constantly rewinding back to here, so we definitely need to read something in before we start trying out this code. But this makes a good point of entry for me to refactor away using arrays of characters, byte arrays. How would I do this? Alright, well make a end of file data type. I hate that this is not the data type, so we can change that in the future. Yeah, change that into this. Instead of using toArray, you can actually set this to the known end of file. I hate writing code sometimes. So we want to read in all the bytes of an end of file signature. Compare that against the known end of file signature. Well, now that I'm back in my apartment in quarantine, it's not been as bad as it was. I was stuck in the UK for like 4 months in quarantine, and that was awful. I just wanted to be back at my apartment the whole time. And that took some like mental energy out of me. I was really getting stressed out just being stuck in the UK, locked in. But in Sweden, it's a lot less of a deal here because the government hasn't responded to COVID that well. Right now in Sweden, young people are apparently catching the virus at an alarming rate. So, well, our policy is to stay in quarantine still. See, what's annoying is that we read in byte data like this. I wonder if we can actually override the shift operator. Yeah, it's more annoying than sad. Ooh, can I do this on memory? I've not written generic operators like this for a long time. So we have iStream, and on the right and left hand side we have the end of file. God, so creative. I wonder if that could work, because I've not done this for. I don't think I've done this ever actually. So we have an end of file. D for now, whatever. Yeah. Or can we cheat it? No. Unless we need. Yeah, of course. So that means this operator actually is going. Thanks for the follow. Njix. Right. Always put your operators in scope. Oh no, it's stream source we want. Oh wow, that actually works. Yeah, I've not done this for a long time. Yeah, that's not going to work. Being really hopeful there. Well, we actually want the end of file to be outside. Yeah, the thing is, this is in C++ and I'm on the Java team, so unlikely. I thought about that before I started the stream. Like, what if people pick up on this? It's like, hang on a second, why are you writing the word block? I'm like, ah. You found me. Okay. We're gonna need this. At least we can pack that away into horrible. Stuff it into an inline method here, function. Right. So while there's still stuff in the source going on. We will... Hi Frizz 64, is that correct? Well, the stream's good. Ugh. We need to stream a single byte. We're doing it byte by byte, wrong way, because oh, come on, give me a break. Give me a break, please. Just one byte. Alright, we need to do it byte by byte in case we actually hit the end of the file before, you know, before we're ready. Yeah, it's the Final Fantasy update where we just abandon Minecraft and focus on Final Fantasy for some reason. Don't even have the rights, so we get sued into oblivion and Minecraft is no more. Okay. Frizz64, I'm going to add you as a friend because you've been most helpful. Much appreciate that. The whole story behind me not having the ability to debug that is because I was stuck in the UK in quarantine on the worst equipment available. Thanks for the follow, Frizz. I had no like tools to do any debugging, and when I actually got a workstation machine finally, I couldn't even dual boot Linux off it because it had one of the stupid lockdown BIOSes. So I was just so frustrated. Thank you so much for helping out. That part of 1.16 would not have come together without you. Okay. So read a single byte. Process the bytes. I'm doing this just to encourage myself to continue on this project, because at the end of it I want to play through the game, and I told myself 3 years ago I'm not allowed to play this game until I finish this project. Got a real hunkering for it as well. Why is my desk shifted over? Right. Oh, it's in an array. Ah. Ugh. I wish I was better at C++. What do we have? When you like read into an iterator? Is that a thing? I mean, we can just start iterating. This feels like the correct way to do it. And then we read into... Ooh, does this work? No, it doesn't. Okay, thought so. Do we have to... Oh, this upsets me. Come on, please give me like a... No. Do you have an address of? Does that work? No. Oh god, that upsets me. Well... That's awful. So we get the first element in the array of bytes. We dereference that first element, then get the address of it. What if if we do the old-fashioned... God, this makes me so angry. Oh, that works. Nice. Sweet. And then we can do a post dereference afterwards. Hopefully that works out. Slowly massaging this code. So while it's good, do this. If the... You know what, we can just do straight cast. Actually, we have the array here. Maybe we don't need a type tool. Now we do, because we want to be able to stream it all in one go. Okay. This isn't how you learn coding, watching other people do it. It's not the way to go. Ooh, things are getting interesting. There's better ways to learn than to watch other people. Right, so tempted to use the decal type of this. Yeah, this is completely. Actually, we should be doing size of initial struct. Also, probably should have our operators in a namespace. Just so if some crazy kid in the future decides to clone this into their own project, they don't break everything. I want this to be guaranteed packed, but that's not going to happen. Well, tool equals bytes.end, then break. We should probably say, yeah, we should probably put this up here. That's good. And not at the end. Yeah, that was my girlfriend. Wait, someone was behind me? Ah! Yeah, this should read out all the bytes. Yeah, the size of it is 3. I should probably use this because it's going to be explicit. still going to do the same comparison. Which would be... I mean, frankly, we can just... Yeah, we can just return this as a bit cast. Okay. This is what I want to try, because this is a new thing of Visual Studio, this version. So we're going to cast this into end of file type. What are we cancelling? Oh, come on, that's trivially copyable. Foiled. Maybe. Nice. Felix wins. Guess we can make this cast. Okay, so we really should be using magic type. Is it like... Yeah, you just reduce people. The moment you're like, let's get more people, and it's like, oh, this isn't my... This isn't what I signed up for. I do like... unconst. To the documentation. Okay. Great. Perfect. You know what? We actually want this constructor and the so it's no longer const array. So at this point here, we're constructing the end of file data type with the array, which is 3 bytes now. Yes. I'm liking that code. Should have a get that listed. I see what I've done wrong. Okay, fine. It's just constantly changing. So this is mutable, which is a bit funky, but such is life. Right. If D equals yeah. Oh, we can actually make it in here. That works. So this is the end of file marker. We can just call it end of file. At the end, no matter what we do though, we're going to be hashing this. That just works. That doesn't seem right. That works? Oh yeah, of course, because I have a generic overload now. Yes, so this can go. We need to rewind. Where should we do that? Yeah, you don't need to help. I don't need an audience. Just, it's motivation for me to get stuff done. Emotional support, yeah. You know what? We can actually check. If we're not at the end, then we need to rewind. How far do we rewind? Seek globally. Standard. Cursor. We need to go backwards. And we need to go backwards based on the distance between where the iterator got. But that might be rubbish. We can cheat though. Tell global, seek back to where we were. It's like automatic rewinds. I mean, it should be obvious actually. We're not at the end. Don't need to hash it. It's only need to hash it when actually at the end. I don't like that voice. I should probably do like looks identical. Oh my god. Well, at least it's good. That's quite funny. It doesn't end up with exactly the same ones. So at least now we got rid of that. So next step is to start reading records. I guess I'll have like yes records open it up. So this music is the Final Fantasy V Div Red album. By that time was in Japan. When Uematsu composed the game, he travelled the worlds just before, and he ended up in Finland for some reason. So this is actually like the Final Fantasy V soundtrack recorded by a Finnish band. So some of the songs, which are from the Final Fantasy V Japanese game, have Finnish lyrics and okay, let's start some records. Record. I'm gonna do the same pattern because as much as past me would have hated this, current me, this is alright. So this is where we read in the record. Nice. Then we could do something like record.resolve into, and then we pass in our ROM bytes or something. Yeah, I'm liking the smell of this. Okay, so we have a record made of, let's see, 3+2 variable. So we have an offset, a size. 3 bytes, which is a bit weird. And the size of 2. Because C and C++ suck with 24-bit integers, it's just not a thing. So we'll read in 4 bytes because we're on PC with lots of memory to spare. We should be using size T, but whatever. Nah, we should on a 64-bit system, so size T would be huge. Right, so offset and size, which is 16-bit. We then have data, which is a variable. We can't store variable arrays easily, but what we can do is store start and end. I want to avoid dynamic allocation. But you can't always avoid it, that's the thing. I mean, the way I did it down here, yeah, I don't even store the data here. I was using this just to read out size and offset. But I want the record to actually store the data. The obvious thing would be to make it a container that's variable size. Like that. In which case we can actually eliminate the size, because that will be inside data. One thing we need to think about is run length encoded records. Because run length encoded, that will it changes things. One thing I wanted to try is standard union. C++ std union. Variant, is that it? So a version of union where you're forced to use the last state that you set it to. So if I set the record to a vector state, you must read it back as a vector. Or if I set it as a run length encoded thing, then I must read it back as run length encoded. So the way classic C++ people would have done it, they would have made like a run length encoded version that inherits record. This is how you probably do it in classic Java. But we're modern, we hate inheritance for some reason. Okay, so using we would have a copy type, which is when we're just copying data. And we would have a fill type when we're doing run length encoded. Fill type would be its own thing. We need to put some data in it. We'd have a, is it variant? Where does this variant? Standard variant of either something data we're going to copy or data we're going to fill. So finish music here. So copying will take loads of different bytes and copy that length of bytes into the target offset. Fill, however, takes one byte and repeats it across datas. So there'll be the byte type. That's the standard byte. And then the length, which is okay, so this is a 16. As in this. So I hate that this format has a size 0 here. This is so wasteful. There's better ways to do run length encoding than Right, so because this is a 3-byte offset, I've actually set it to automatically mask 24 bits. It's kind of pointless. That's just going to create more machine instructions for whenever we access this value. Yeah, the assembly instructions for accessing offset, because we have the 24-bit mask here, means every time we read from this it needs to go, oh, we should only pull the first 3 buttons. So it has to do like an extra 2 instructions, I think. Do you want me to talk about this music for a bit? So this track is called I Feel As You Feel, and it plays in in the original game it plays when you're at like a massive world tree or something, and it's one of my favourite tracks of the game because it's just so like you just had this piano playing, and then when I first got this soundtrack album and I heard this, I was like, oh my god, that's so haunting, like sounds so cool. I'd love to make a game with music like that one day. People hear it and go, oh, this is so weird and creepy. Could give these similar methods. Won't do that now though. Okay. I think this is all we need so far. So this is this song here, My Home Sweet Home. So this is the theme for the main character's home village, which you don't get to until very far into the game. I think it's in the first world, so it's during the end of the first third of the game. You can finally get to like the hero's hometown, and everyone's like, "Oh, how are you doing? Oh, it's been such a long time." And then this music's playing. Thanks for following. Flockers. So, structured plain old data record. You need to read in the offset. I wonder if this will work, because this is reading. Source. Because this is reading UN32, but I've masked off 24 bits. It's like not a UN32. Oh well. What we should probably do is make a variant type for offset. Things I do. Because we want to write to it as a. Oh no, that's not. We shouldn't be doing that because we need to use bitcast. How should we do this? Okay, we need to read in 3 bytes. 3 characters. Byte at a time again. So. Okay, so we've read in 3 characters for the offset. Now, the record. Offset. Oh, I wonder if this will work. Oh, I don't know if this will work because it's different sized types, but I've masked that. Ooh. Yeah, okay, it hates me. Ugh. What if I... Yeah, so it thinks this is... Maybe we should only bitcast when we're reading from this. It's not easier. We should offset type. Okay, so now we're doing reading into the record offset. So if you ever want to get the offset, you should have a reader. What's difficult is this isn't an integer size type. We'll worry about it another day. Yeah, you can sleep if you want. That's fine. Okay. I'm not forcing anyone to watch me. Next up is size, isn't it? Okay. So the way we've done size is actually... We need to read in a full unit 16. Okay. Character array. What's the size of... Yeah, so this is this song is well, it's spelled wrong. Critter Tripper Fritter, and this is actually the theme song for Moogles in Final Fantasy. Let's fix the title of this song. So, if you've ever played a Final Fantasy game, Final Fantasy V introduced this as the Moogle theme song. This is like a interesting take on that. It's fill type we need to address this as. Rabbit hole here. Buttes. I kind of want to make this unsigned, but whatever. Sleep. There's no reason not to sleep. Unless you're doing what I used to do, which is like you put on a stream or a video and just fall asleep to that. Hopefully my voice is calming enough. Size bytes. Let's see. Okay, so the size is bitcast of 16 size bytes. Nice, that works. Yeah, we should probably actually guarantee that some of this actually does work. Oh yeah, we never filled in the CLC field, header file, whatever. If size is 0, and the thing is, this will be initialized to 0. So this will be true even if we don't read anything. If there's a way to say a record's complete nonsense. I mean, if that's 0, we're going to read this as 0. But if we're at the end of a stream, then that's going to be 0 as well. Hopefully. Your left ear. Oh no, does that mean my my microphone has decided to put everything through one ear? Ugh. That means it's been the case for a long time. This is a Focusrite, which splits the tracks. Sound settings. I hate that Windows has messed up all the audio settings across different things. Stop microphone. Yeah, I need to set it to mono, I guess. It's very annoying. If only someone told me sooner. Oh, really? Ooh, that's interesting. Because I have a, hold on. Because if I can merge in OBS, and I wonder if this works. Hold on. See if you guys can hear this. Plugging in my instrument. Alright. Can you guys hear this? Hold on. You guys hear that? Oh, it bothers me. Yeah, did you guys just hear the Game Boy startup jingle? I can see it in the audio input capture. Oh, sweet. Oh, Herbs, you're amazing. That means I could do something cool. So how do I merge tracks in OBS? Yeah, so what I have is my Game Boy's audio is now plugged directly into my Focusrite. So that means I can capture the audio directly off the device. Completely useless, I guess, but yeah. Right, let's so audio, yeah, channels. I need to mix them. Would be helpful if I could select just this device and mix just this device into mono. Oh well. What I'll do is I'll fix it the old-fashioned way. Recording devices. Oh, of course, we have the worst. Oh, Microsoft, why would you do this to me? They have 3 different control panels. Right. Sound. Yeah, my sound card settings. Thanks. Okay. So hopefully this survives. Just to find out. Testing? Yeah. Did that work? That should be mono now. Yeah, that worked. I wonder if this works now. Hold on. Yeah, but the thing is my you can't hear this anymore. And that's not working anymore. So that's cool. That gives me some information, because in the future I could probably see if I can get OBS to actually separate the two tracks and make one mono, my voice mono and Game Boy mono. Yeah, so it's how the Focusrite works. Left track is voice, right track is instrument. My instrument is the blimmin' Game Boy. Means I could do things like plug this into a phone with a headphone jack, which I don't have anymore, and play like fart noises or something. Cool, learned something. Thanks for telling me my voice is mono, stereo. Yeah, I remember looking a few years ago to see if there was something, because I wanted the ability to troll my friends in computer games by having my instrument go through one channel and then mix it from mono for the microphone, but that doesn't exist apparently. I was so tempted to write my own sound driver just to do that, but not worth it. But yeah, if OBS can do that for me, split the tracks, and then have two mono tracks from two stereos, that'd be cool. Okay. So this will be fill, this will be copy. So the data types are variant. I've not used variant before. This will be interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure how to. Let's look up variant. How do I use this? Ooh, that's interesting. So get as a fill type. Yeah, that's really awesome. Hit the mic. It's really awesome. So this is, I've not used variant before, so the reason it exists is because the union type can't. So the old way we would do this would have something like a converter. But the C++ standards say you can't have one data with two. You can't have two pointers to two different types pointing to the same memory location. So I can't get the address of this or the address of that unless I can guarantee that I'm accessing this or that. So the variant actually guarantees that I must access this as a fill type. Whereas here, I must access it as a copy type. So I can start building the fill information here. So I need to read a size for the fill. For copy, we have the size. Reserve. And then we need to read in maybe we resize. I can read in just like this here. Oh wow, that worked. Alright, so we resize it. We should fill that in with something. I believe 0 is of default anyway, but I want to be explicit about that. So if we have a size, we know we're just going to be copying bytes. So we resize our copying buffer to that size, and then stream in all the bytes that we're going to copy. Very cool. And My concern is that we'll lose which type to access this as. Oh, we'll have to cross that bridge when we get there. Right, fill. What does fill have? A size, so we're going to be doing this again. You know what, we can reuse this as well. Ooh. Yeah. Fill.size equals bitcast to size type? Oh no, this. Yeah, it's all this actually, isn't it? It's just got brighter. Oh, virtual audio cable, I've not heard of that one. Yeah, I'll look into that, thanks. Thank you, herbs. That should work. I've made a byte type again. I really want to use byte type, but everything forces me not to. It's really annoying. Because yeah, copy type has to be character and ugh. Let me use byte. I mean, I can construct a overload for byte myself, but to be honest, we shouldn't be at this point if the stream's bad. Like maybe we should be throwing an exception or something. C++ isn't that far away from C these days. Like the whole inheritance thing is nuts, but the type of C++ I write is like C but super strict with what types you can use, and then now I'm comfortable with operator overloads. Templates are just a fancy version of the preprocessor macros. A very fancy version. Yeah, this is like, I used to avoid this stuff like the plague. So my old C++ style was literally C with classes, and I'd avoid like 90% of C++ world just because I wanted things to be as like easy to read as possible. And to my credit, when I look back at my old code, it is really easy to read, and I'm like, wow, old Felix actually knew what he was doing. It's like bad code, but really well written. Like I can see exactly what the intent was, and I could be like, oh wow, that must have been the limit of my knowledge at the time. Yeah. C has the... Yeah, so I once had to, for a job, I had to write an entire graphics engine in C. It does have bool these days. C has standard bool. It's like a bool header. So this is a C header. Yeah, not in Visual Studio. So C does have a bool type. I believe it is something. Oh no, this is C's bool type. Oh yeah, here we go. And then you have to like enable a type def for it. So C does have a Boolean type and now, but yeah. I think there's nothing stopping the implementation from it being a glorified integer, which it is in C++ as well. Yeah, one of my first jobs is I had to write a graphics engine that was compatible with source code that was Objective-C. So there's a lot of C++ keywords like this used in there. So I had to do it in C so we could just transplant this graphics engine in. And to manage all the code, I invented like C with classes, and I used the macros so much, and the classes I had were insane. It was like I'd have like this, and then here would be the pointer to like the parents, like this, It's so crazy. It's like so much casting going on. And then I had like virtual tables as well, but every single level had its own virtual table. Ugh. Yeah, I was forced to do it. It taught me so much. Like, my god, it was such an eye-opener. I mean, it was a mistake doing it like that back then, but it was a limitation in my knowledge at the time. It was, I need to write a massive graphics engine in C, and we don't have, you know, all the keywords that I was used to for inheritance. So I was like, okay, I'll have to recreate C++ in C. But yeah, it taught me exactly how. It taught me how C++ works, especially when I implemented vtables, because I was like, hang on, virtual table, this sounds familiar, for virtual calls. And I was like, wait a minute, this is what C++ actually does internally. It's a little vtable. Yeah, so after doing that, I like awokened to a new way to code. I was like, oh. Let's see. I mean, the magic here is this weird freaking stream operator. So C++ streams abuse the shift operator for streaming, which I hate. I think everyone hates it, but you know, someone in this late 70s thought it was a great idea. Ugh. Yeah, I don't like this, because if is good is failing, then we carry that failure all the way through. Ugh. Maybe we should just balk the stream. Like, if we got to this state, then something's gone horribly wrong, maybe? Maybe we should just treat it as an exception. Yeah, we have exceptions. This isn't exactly a game, so it doesn't need to be fast. Cool. Maybe we should be writing directly into byte buffers if we're not going to check if we're good or not. If we're removing error checking, which is like, that sounds like a bad idea. Nah, whatever. We'll just continue with this for now. So the one thing I didn't account for is endianness, so we might need to be doing some byte swapping. I believe in my experiments up here, yeah, some byte swapping was required. So we'll tidy up the CRC to give this a run, see what happens. But it should completely fail. Right. So for what we could do is add the hash at IPS, and then I don't want to do that. Fine. New header. Overrides. Extension. Yeah, whatever. Extension. Ooh. Thanks for the follow herbs. Alright. And if header guard, clacky keyboard. Does it need to be in a namespace here? Not really. So what this will be is the header that marries these two together with some operators. And the first one we're going to do is this, but for CRC this side. Ooh, template type. Ooh. Oh, God. Sure. Right. CLC on one side, and then the end file on the other. Just going to be read only. And we'll return CLC type. Yeah, I don't think the preprocessor is awful. I'm trying my best to avoid it in C++ as well, but there's some times where, like my GBA project, I was trying my hardest to avoid the preprocessor, but I ended up just throwing in the towel and going, you know what, it's just needed. Where is it? CPU assembly type. Oh, is this it? Oh no, it's CPU. Cool. So here I threw in the towel and just started using. Because for this, what I needed to do is I needed to have a basically a class or struct dedicated for registers, reading and writing registers, like actual like move instruction registers for the ARM CPU. And I would have had to have written out, I mean, here's 8 of them, but the ARM CPU has 16, I think. So I would have to write out pretty much this template 16 times for each of the specializations for each of these. I was not going to do that. Like I started doing that and this got up to like 300 lines and I was like, no, I just can't. The copy paste is unreal. So I decided to use a preprocessor to do the copy pasting for me. Ooh, thanks for the follow, Mike. Yeah, you missed everything. Don't worry, nothing exciting happened. But one thing I do with preprocessors is I thought if I am going to use it, I'm going to tidy up afterwards. What I should have is a guard that checks for these already being defined and crash. But yeah. And this is the one place where I'm using the preprocessor, besides header guards, obviously. But yeah, in C, sometimes you're forced to use the preprocessor. The reason I'm happy with C++ now is because we have constexpr, which is pretty much the replacement for preprocessor macros, and it's all done. Well, this is a hint to do this at compile time when possible, and then a const val for do this at compile time. So yeah, C++ now you can replace the macros mostly. Oh, I love tropics, right? That's nice, Blaze. Or were they building a daycare or something on the server? Were you guys building a daycare to put all the new players in? Is that what were you building? All right. So we've got hashing into end of file. Oh, that's not what we needed. Oh. Oh. Oh, yes, I remember now. We don't need this. I was going to make CLC more generic so it can take any size types. So at the moment we're limiting it to basically bytes. So we're forcing it to only digest bytes. We can actually get rid of this. Let's replace the auto. Because we have bitcast now. Yay. yeah, so because Visual Studio added, it's the first to add standard bitcast out of everyone, we can now start tidying up a load of code and still keep it context expert, which is awesome. So we want, what do we want? We want an array of bytes, as usual. That is the size of whatever we're iterating through. So initialize that, whatever. Actually, you know what? We can actually, I think we could bitcast straight into this. Yeah, I've become like I would say I'm a fan of Visual Studio, but it's kind of swings and roundabouts. Like back when I was a bigger fan of Visual Studio is when Xcode was the only alternative, and Xcode was better back then. But now Visual Studio has improved and has kind of overtaken Xcode. Xcode being the Apple IDE. So now it's like Xcode is probably the best available. But now there's CLion from IntelliJ, and I've seen CLion. It costs money, so I can't use it. But CLion is amazing, and I was like, oh my god. It's what Jason Turner of C++ Weekly uses, CLion, for his game project that he's doing at the moment. Very, very jealous. I was like, oh, I kind of want to write to IntelliJ and say, please give me a license. I just want to make sure my stuff compiles with it. But yeah, Visual Studio is the first C++ compiler to have bitcast in its main release, so here we are. So we're going to cast it into an array of bytes. We are then going to, for each byte in the bytes, this bytes, we're going to digest that byte. So now, because of bitcast, this will compile, if this is size 1, this will compile down into an array of 1 byte, which will compile down to just this line here. So this will get removed. If it's bigger than 1 byte, this will compile into an array of more than 1 byte, which we can loop and digest, which is cool. So hopefully that compiles for that. Oh no. Uh-oh. Why wouldn't this work? Because we're writing something that we expect to be container type. Oh, god damn it. How am I going to do that? Because we don't have begin and end for generic stuff. So this exists so we can send in vectors. We can't bitcast a vector. Nah, coding on Mac is alright. I had no problem with it. I had to do it for a while. Back in those days, it was Xcode just had tools that blew everything else out the water, because you had like OpenGL frame debugger, and then you had power management. You could see how much energy your app is consuming in terms of battery and then wall power. But now every IDE has that. So at the beginning, maybe, but afterwards it's easy. Except you are as stupid as I am and do assembly coding. I don't know. Assemblies, there's a place for it still. I don't know. It depends on what language you start off. I mean, coding's not super difficult as long as you have a goal from the start and you're able to use Google. Like, your Google game needs to be on point. And that's a proper skill, being able to Google effectively. If you could do that, then you're fine. Alright, so this digest now takes containers that don't have just characters. The problem is we're giving it a type that's not a container. Yeah, maybe we did need the extension. I'd say I don't use Stack Overflow, but I do. I don't use it like... I don't want to say Stack Overflow is my crux, because it's too much of a meme. It's like, yeah, Stack Overflow, lol. But there's always a point during the day when Stack Overflow opens up, just because it's the first result on Google. Not because I'm on Stack Overflow trying to get other people to do my work for me. I mean, we can do enable if this has like an iterator. Something like that. Time to Google. Right, so this should have an iterator type. Member types. See, I want to have a template that only allows containers here. Maybe what we should be doing is relying on it failing. Nah, we should have a... We should overload this, really. Let's undo what we did here for now. Because we don't need containers of varying sizes. Varying size types. We'll just do byte by byte. Just means that we're going to... Yeah, we'll bring this back. Just means we're going to bitcast IPS into a container. The scary thing is we can't use directional shift. Or maybe we can. Yeah, sure. We'll try it, see what happens. Right, so we want the hasher on the left-hand side. Bringing back the code we had earlier. Right, so we'll have include CRC. Progress is on and off. Alright. We want the end of file, don't we? That's what we're doing. Alright. Well, we're going to return CRC no matter what. Do some bitcasting. Oh, bitcast. Where have you been all my life? Size of end of file, that should work. Oh wait, no, we actually have end of file data. This is actually an array. Oh, holy cow, we could do this then. Yeah, job done. Lol. Right, so maybe this will compile now. Oh shit, we need the actual header. Yeah, that works. Ugh. Add soul blazes to Minecraft. So like blue fire blazes. What in the blazes? Blaze meat. Oh no. What was it? The Mob D with the Pop-Tarts floating around him, with the big French fry in the middle. Maybe that should be the Blaze food. You kill Blaze and you pick up a bag of French fries. There you go. I think that's how it should be done. Cool. Alright, so the issue now is we don't know what type record actually is. I mean, does variant let you query what the type is? That'd be interesting. Yep, Blaze rods are actually fries. Someone should make a like an edible Blaze model made of like French fries. Holds alternative. Ah, okay. Ooh. This is crazy. So we can actually check what it's holding at the time. Oh god. Variant, where have you been all my life? I know where it's been. Right, so if the IPS record is a... I'm just typing code, I don't know if this works yet. It's work? No! No! Copy type, fill type. Copy type, fill type. Oh, data. Yeah, so if it's... Visual Studio is like absolutely panicking, like there's no syntax coloring here. Oh, this code. Oh. I'm impressed it looks this good. Technically we don't need an else if. Like, this will be a... Like, how did we even get here? Like, how? Let's ignore that for now. I just love that Visual Studio has completely given up on the syntax coloring. Yeah, it still compiles. Alright, so if we're copying data, we need to get the copy information. And for here we get the fill information. I'm really interested how this will work. And then we'll be able to get the size, which is pretty cool. So we'll have record.offset. We should inspect this. Let's see what happens actually. So we've actually taken care of both of those in one go. Impressive. You know who makes bugs in Minecraft? It's blank name, who I'm not allowed to say. He's actually a virus and spreads bugs in the game. Oh, that's why he's never removed, is he? Oh well. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Oh, oh, oh. Yep. And then there should be 0, and there should be 0. Sweet. And then size bytes. We really should initialize that. Size iterator. Let's see. One. Okay. 256. Alright, so it's... Yeah, we do need to do byte swap. Okay. Well, let's see what happens. Resize to 256. Read in a load of bytes, so... Yeah, we started reading a load of bytes here. It's working, but it's wrong. And this is cool. Now we can check what type it's currently holding. Ooh. Okay, fine. Are we at the end? No. That's cool. And then reseek to the start. Okay, interesting. Right, the next thing to do is probably to hash this record. The thing is, we've absolutely trashed it, because during this read operation, yes it is, don't lie. Yeah, during this read, we've gone all over stream source. We've completely trashed it. What we probably should do to make sure everything's working fine is actually reconstruct the original binary and then hash that instead, which would be done in the this method, but for record. So we need to convert record to binary, an array of bytes or something. I guess it'll have to be a vector. Or we could hash byte at a time. Yeah, we'll do that. How did we do this? So, like that. Again, Visual Studio panicking. It's right here. It's right here. Let's see. Alright, it's 8:45, so I'm gonna Stockholm time. So I'm gonna think about finishing up soon. So this will be the last thing we do, I think, hashing the record. Okay. I'm quite happy with the style we have. So all of this nonsense here has been turned into this, which is crazy. And we got rid of the arbitrary arrays being up here. The only thing is the vector ROM bytes, but we can't avoid that, that's required. Okay. Oh no, we need to consult this. I know it's technically wrong because we haven't done byte swap yet, but we'll do that last. I mean, technically we need to do byte swap now. Right, so we always have 3 bytes offset, don't we? Cool, so in offset type, is that an array already? Yeah, it is. Yeah, we should do the byte swap when we're actually reading as like a method, maybe. That's interesting. Like, when should we be doing that conversion? Maybe it should be done down here. Like in the same way we've done this. Yeah. Yeah, let's try and do that now. How many bytes from the offset? Oh, painful. Does C have bit fields like this? I think it does. That's proven pretty useful for some embedded things. Whenever I'm doing Game Boy programming, I use this so much. Alright. Yep, this is nonsense, I know. Offset bytes. Offset bytes. That byte. Read it in. Then, bitcast. Yay. Oh no, we found out we can't bitcast, can we? Damn it. God, that's annoying. Unless we can read in like this. And then only iterate to man, so offset end equals the beginning plus the record offset bytes. I'd want to revisit this. So the end will only read 3 bytes. We'll only be at 3 bytes after the beginning. Not sure how I feel about that. But that now makes this uint32 size, so we can actually do record.offset. Cool, so we bitcast that into uint32, which will be further masked into offset because this is 24-bit size. Does that build? No, of course not. Oh, here, messed up this. Alright, so what's scary is, does bitcast even support fields like that? Let's find out. Because I'm not sure if it's trivially copyable. It's not defined, that's annoying. So this is undefined behavior, I guess. I mean, the size types need to be the same. This is not strictly true. In which case, what we need to do is copy it, to uint32. Because now it can be bitcast into an array. Yay. Error? What? 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 Operator ambiguous. Oh, well, let's get rid of this for now. Funky. So it hates this. Oh. Missing. Yeah. Missing one character, that's annoying. Right. So CRC is actually fine to write that, from what I gather. I mean, frankly, we should probably nuke this and enforce explicit container writing like that. That would probably be the smarter thing to do. Because then we can combine both of these into here. Ooh. Let's try that. Right, instead of removing the contents of this, I'm just going to dummy it out for... Oh no, we still need to build up the record here, so... Yeah, we're stuck with this. That's annoying. Ugh. Still, it does sound like something we should be doing. Yeah. So this is complaining that there's 2 overloads at work. I mean, it's fine over here. Oh no, it's not. Oh no, it is fine. What? Alright, well I'm gonna nuke this anyway, because we shouldn't have this. We should be doing something smarter. Let's see what happens. Oh. Tell me, who depended on you? Everything. What if we did this? And if we did this? Done. Yeah. So this is when we should have like Symphony, a C++ concept to avoid this. Only use this one for containers and use that one for everything else. It's difficult. We can cheat it, kind of. Like, if we have container type. Yeah. Not happy with this. Maybe we should take a leaf out of the IO stream and just actually not allow this operator for containers. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh, how annoying. Okay, fine. Fine. So this will be writing of a type. Size of type is 1. Digest. So digest has been built only for containers, so this will be actually we'll do the bitcast here. Value bytes. I like that this works. Yeah, that worked. So we should force any containers to go through here. Let's double check. I mean, technically we can kill that now. Yeah. So this is hashing header array, which calls write. We'll try this with some character, isn't it? Of 3. This was a. Oh no, this is wrong. This is an array of characters, of which there are 3. Has no idea what an array is. Whatever, that's not going to work. Good job, Visual Studio. Being real helpful. See, this is why I hate operator overloading. It's exactly this. Don't know what's going on. Alright. This. Right. Can we just write header? I mean, I guess this works because of bitcast. Because it's just taking any old type. So is vector trivially copyable? Huh. If this was a vector of characters, resize to that. Let's ignore this for now. That should not compile, surely. Yeah, not trivially copyable. Good. I'd be angry if that worked. Because what we should be doing is write of header dot begin header dot end. Yeah, that worked. Cool. Good. Good. That's fine. Get back my array. Alright, so this should now work. Good. We did delete that, didn't we? Yeah. Okay. This is the scary one. It is overloaded. Because it's not trivially copyable, so that should not fire. Like if you tried, I'm hoping this doesn't work. Yeah, good. And then if I got rid of this, should also complain. Good, right, we're in control. Right, good. So this still needs to be flipped around, but whatever. It's interesting that this works. So we've written offsets. We need to write size, which is probably going to be 0. Yeah, so if we're doing a fill operation, this is run length encoding, so we need to write a 0. Uint 16, so it's a. Actually, does this work? Does that work? Oh, holy cow! That's cool. So write uint 16 initialized to 0. Whereas up here we need to write the actual copy size or copy type. You are size, cool. So that should work. No. No overloaded function. Really? We have this here. First one you're looking at. That should work, surely. This should work. Let's try this. Oh, come on. I mean, why is it like this? No. What about the number 1? Do you like that? That do anything for you? Oh yeah, it did. Right. So 2. This has been bitcast to an array of characters. That should work. Why wouldn't that work? Oh. Oh. That's because copy type is the vector. Oh, that's annoying. So, oh no. Oh no. Yeah. Oh no. Narrowing conversion. Ugh. It just had to happen. So we can't copy more than uint 16 sized bytes. Uint 16. Yeah, more than uint 16. Okay. So if we have the, I don't know, size of, do we have like size type? I think we do. Okay. Size bytes. Could probably bitcast this. Oh my god. What am I doing with my life? Size equals. No, this is still size bytes. This is like the worst code. Alright, so this should be 8 character bytes. We only want to read in the first 2, which would be begin, and then begin plus size of, oh god, size type. Yeah, didn't you hear we fixed every bug? It was a miracle. It's a Christmas miracle. I hate this code. Cannot convert from an unsigned unit 64 to a character array. Yeah, you can. I've been doing. Oh yeah, it's like yeah, you can. We've been doing it all evening. Yeah, what do you think of that? Oh, come on. Oh, we have this. We'll just steal that. Cool, that worked. I ate it, but it works. Fill dots size should be unit 16. Ugh. Yep. So we can just straight up write this. It's interesting because this is gonna really verify that this code works. Just need to sort out byte swapping at some point. So we've done, for the record, we've done offset for both, size, size, size. So we need to now do the data, which in both cases, for this it's just that. I mean, that means we can actually just write fill, because this is trivially copyable. And for this, because it's a vector, we can write from, what is it? Copy dot begin, copy dot end. That should work. Yeah. Right. So this shouldn't explode too much. I mean, besides the fact that that's wrong. Yeah, we can't test this. I was hoping we could test it up to making sure the hash is still good. Then I realized we can't because we've not been doing byte swapping. Got the IPS format. Oh well, this seems like a good point to end. Progress is going well. So what we have now on our progress report here, at the moment we've undone verification because we started actually reading data. We've not done that. Okay, progress has not been that good. Damn it. Well, okay, so we started reading the IPS information. Whilst reading it, we're also actually hashing it at the same time. We also refactored how we did the end of file check, because we now have a nice little stream helper. Yeah, so actually all of this can go. Yeah, so all this code here has now been, and plus we had like 6 lines up here, has now been reduced to just that. We still need to actually write the ROM data. Still need to resize this correctly as well. Oh man. Yeah, there's still a few things we need to do. But what I'll probably do is look at the record type again, see how, because I hate this. Ideally we should, when we start reading this, the byte swap should have already happened. Same for the size there. Ah, hello. Well, you're coming just when we're leaving. Because it's now, what, 9:15 here? I haven't eaten anything yet. I just wanted to get some progress done, and we actually got a lot done. So yeah, we need to... So because the way different computers store the order of bytes, we need to flip the bytes around for offset and size. Oh sweet, Minecraft plushies. Nice to meet you. Yeah, you should follow so you could catch the next one whenever that happens. There we go. Thanks for the follow, Aiden. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna end the stream now. I know what we must do. I know what we must do. We need to byte swap this. I should do to-dos actually. To do endianness byte swap. Food. I'm finishing up now, so let's see. Byte swap that. Byte swap that. And then on this side we need to undo the byte swap for offset, size. So that, well, we don't need to byte swap the number 0. Are we missing another size? Oh no, here. Yeah, we need to. We actually do need dot size there. Data. What's it fill type? Okay, yep, done. Okay, cool. That's pretty good progress. I'll put this onto GitHub so people can see this, whatever it is we're doing. God, why does this keep? Look at this complaint. It's not true at all. This, parameter 1. What is this? It's not less than 256 minus 1, less than equals to. So it must be less than or equals to 255. Look, this here, j cannot be more than, look. There. That's satisfied. Why is it complaining? And now it's like, oh, thanks, but it's so dumb. Oh, I'm tempted to just keep it like that, just to make it shut up, but whatever. Visual Studio, go home. Alright, and just double checking everything's fine. Oh yeah, we did refactor that. I mean, I'm surprised that worked with the array, but now we know vectors will complain, but that's why we have this here. Alright, I'm going to end the stream. Thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for sticking it through. Sorry, it's been a sleepy one. Take care, everyone. I am actually recording the stream to YouTube, I think, so people can catch up if they want to for some strange reason. I mean, the GitHub will have everything actually important in life. Yep, see you everyone, take care. Thanks for joining. Bye. Do I want to raid someone? Pick a live chat. Who should we raid? Is this a thing? Alright. Don't follow enough people to raid. Alright, we just got to cut it then. See ya.